Start recording? Fuck yeah, the hotkeys work. Hey, welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is Surviving Mars, even though it doesn't say it's Surviving Mars, it's Surviving Mars. I am delighted that A, the fucking recording and stop recording hotkeys work, so unlike the Jade Empire series that we wrapped up just over a week ago, and sorry for not streaming in a week, it's been busy and I've been trying to memorize new lines, which takes a lot of time. I'm not gonna have the awkward click out of the window, click in the window transitions. Not that you care, but it makes me happy. So, Surviving Mars just came out on the 15th. Like, what day is today? The 19th, so 4 days ago. It's still pretty new. The premise is that you are it's a city builder resource management-esque game. It's from the creators of the Tropico series, if you're familiar with that. And yeah, it's sort of in the same vein. I'm still on the fence if I like it or not, or if it's good or not. There's a lot of things that are pretty fun about it, but it's no Tropico, and it's not really hyper realistic enough to. It's a weird juxtaposition between things, and they'll build on it, hopefully. So you pick your mission sponsor. Who is it that's going to Mars? Now, you get everything from the International Mars Mission, which is an international mission for going to Mars, the United States. Really, NASA is what they should say. Blue Sun, which is a play on Blue Star. Jesus. Bezos. Jeff Bezos' company. What is that? Bezos. Blue Origin, yeah. Blue Sun is Blue Origin, China is China, India is India, and see, they all have special things going on. The International Mars Mission, your rockets will synthesize their own fuel, which is pretty cool. The large rocket payloads, cool, a little ridiculous. Colonists never get Earthsick. Earthsick is what happens when they're unhappy and they want to go back to Earth, so that's pretty cool. Food supply is increased by 10 times from passenger rockets, which is kind of ludicrous. It's good, but it's a lot. And so this is a very easy mode, and I might play on that just because like difficulty's totally artificial. Man, green screen made that pineapple look real weird. USA has periodic additional funding, whereas the International Mars Mission does not. So even though you start out with more here, USA might be in the long term more sustainable if you're relying a lot on imports. Probably not though. Blue Sun, you can buy applicants with funding, which is interesting. Additional rockets are significantly cheaper. Probes can discover deep rare metal deposits. You'll eventually be able to do that with probes, but right off the bat, you start out with deep metal extraction, so you can start extracting deep metals from early on. You don't need that. Oh, and the price of rare metal varies by company as well. I knew that the research that you get per soul per year, a soul is a weird interval of time. It's both a year and a day in one thing. It's a little odd. China, you get more colonists. You kind of want more colonists, but not that much. Applicants are generated twice as fast. Is pretty cool, so you get to be pickier about who comes to Mars. India, all building costs reduced by 20%. That's real good. You start out with medium domes, which is real good. Europe, you get 5 extra starting technologies. This doesn't mean you start with those 5 technologies, you just start with 5 extra technologies that you can research. You still start out with 0 tech. This is misleading as hell. I was very excited to play as Europe once I read that description. They're not that good. The gain funding every time a tech is researched, however, is pretty neat. Gain double if it's a breakthrough tech. It's pretty neat. Space Y, obviously play on Space X. Drone hubs start with additional drones, 50% cheaper advanced resources, which is pretty handy. Those are really the only thing that you should be importing from off-world. Church of the New Ark, doubled the birth rate. All colonists have the religious trait. Hydroponic farm performance reduced by 50%. Hydroponics are really easy to not build anyway, so that drawback isn't much of a drawback. The birth rate being doubled actually seems like an impediment to me. Keeping your population in check is kind of difficult and very necessary at times. Russia, you start out with fueled extractors, extractor upgrade that boosts production but consumes fuel. Fueled extractors is free. Fuel refineries cost 50% less. The prefabricated ones anyway. But rockets take longer for some reason. And then Paradox Interactive, the publisher of this game, not the developer, the publisher. They suck at everything except for you discover more breakthrough anomalies, and researching a breakthrough tech grants applicants. Now, more breakthrough anomalies might just mean that a higher percentage of anomalies are breakthroughs. I'm not sure if this means that you get a greater total possible number of breakthroughs. I think it's hard capped at 15 or 25. It's interesting, or random. Once I get into modding this game, and it looks pretty easy, I played around with it a little bit, but just got impatient the night it came out and wanted to play it. We'll see if this game has a longevity for a sustainable modding community before I get too invested. I think I'm just gonna go with the International Mars mission, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, easy baby mode. Yeah, it's not a hard game. Even with Paradox, it's more just like, how much do you value your time? Are you very patient and just want to wait around forever to slowly accumulate the resources you need, or do you just want to jump right into it? And frankly, I just want to jump right into it. Then you can choose your commander. You have inventor, oligarch, hydro engineer, doctor, psychologist, politician, futurist, ecologist, astrogeologist, rocket scientist. Rocket scientist, start with an extra rocket. You get the shuttle hub and long-range transportation right off the bat, which may not sound that cool, but shuttle hubs are fucking dope for setting up domes outside of the same starting area. So that's pretty interesting. The extra rocket is just complete overkill. Astrogeologist, you start with rare metal deposit revealed. Your extractors work 10% better. Pretty cool. You start out with deep scanning, which is pretty cool, kind of unnecessary. Ecologist, the service comfort of decorations is increased by 10. That's actually quite good, but really the comfort that they provide isn't the issue. It's how many people can visit them at once that tends to be the limitation that makes those not so great. Hanging Gardens unlocks a spire which improves residences in the dome. I'll be real with you, any spire that isn't in archaeology, I think is garbage and not worth building. We'll touch on that once we get to spires. Futurist. Breakthrough techs are researched 30% faster. Okay. Bonus tech, autonomous sensors. Sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance. Seems good, but autonomous sensors shows up really early on in every game, so this is a bad bonus. Whereas some of the other free techs you get from other, like rocket scientists, are further down in the tech tree. Now the tech tree is pseudo-randomized, but it's broken down to the blocks of 5 blocks of 5, and each of those blocks are rearranged among themselves, but you're still going to find the tech within the same fifth of the tech tree. So it's pseudo-randomized, which is better than totally randomized. So Futurist is Politician, all funding gains are increased by 20%. Interesting. You don't get a lot of funding gains. This would couple pretty well with some of the sponsors that give you annual funding, like the United States, or give you funding every time you research something or make a breakthrough, yada yada yada. But for a generic, like the International Mars mission, it's not that good because you're not reliably getting more funding. Now you can export rare minerals or rare metals off-world to get funding, but it's dumb. If you're already extracting rare metals, you shouldn't be importing anything from Earth anymore. Psychologist? Colonists recover 5 additional sanity while resting in their homes. Good, but unnecessary. If you're really managing sanity that tightly, you're probably in worse shape. You get behavioral shaping. Now this spire, Sanatorium Spire, treats colonists' flaws. It's interesting. I've never used it because, again, arcologies are a thing, and more people mean more housing means more colonists means more work getting done. I'd rather have 36 extra colonists doing 36 more jobs than having the colonists I have all be perfect. Doctor, minimum comfort required for birth lowered by 15. I think this is horrible, because like I said earlier, population growth is a problem when you get into late game. Just having to build more houses for more people you don't want. Colonist lifespan is increased, kind of cool. Hydro engineer, starting with the water deposit revealed, it's cool. Domes consume 25% water, or 25% less water. That's very, very good. And that's just across the board, so that's maybe worth taking. Water is an technically infinite resource so long as you have enough energy, and it's not polymers, it's machine parts, I think. So maybe nice for just a long-lived colony, but we're not going with that. Oligarch, fuel production increased by 25%, pretty good. And you start out with an arcology, which is my favorite fucking thing in the game so far. Tempting, but I'm gonna go with Inventor. Because Inventor gives us autonomous hubs. Drone hubs no longer require power or maintenance, and I hate having to wire up my hubs, and I hate having to import electronics for all the drone hubs that I build. Drones are gradually optimized to work and construct faster until Sol 100. Now, this doesn't give an actual value for optimize how much faster, how much whatever, but that optimization, drones do 50 to 60% of the work in your colony, even when you do have colonists, so getting improvements for them seems worth it to me. Then you pick your logo, and this is something you can mod. Like, this is a mod, this is a mod, this might be a mod. These are included in the game as, like, this is how you make a mod type mods, which are pretty cool that they do that. Mars Express is, I don't like it. It's a bad logo. It's asymmetrical in a displeasing way. Voyager is asymmetrical pretty much in the same displeasing way. This is symmetrical, it looks really good. This is almost symmetrical, looks okay. Nah. Fine but weird. Fine but weird. No. Paradox has a great logo, but Final Countdown is the only logo besides the Paradox logo that I actually find, or the Biorobot logo, that I actually find halfway acceptable. But yeah, so we're playing on very easy mode basically here. It doesn't matter, it doesn't really affect much of the gameplay, so difficulty bonus is down here at 10%, whatever. Now before you leave, and I have this delicious blue and yellow skin because I pre-ordered, or I own Stellaris or something. I actually hate this bonus skin, and I regret that it defaults to this. The first thing I do when every rocket lands is change it back to the default white and black skin because this looks bad. Also, has been pointed out by, I think, Scott Manley, YouTuber, was the first one to point this out. Look at the direction the Earth is turning in, and the direction the rocket is going. Relative to the surface of the Earth, the rocket is decelerating. So this is a retrograde orbit, so this rocket ain't going to Mars. This rocket's going back to Earth. This is a graphic design thing, like, you know, you have dynamic movement, this going forward while the background goes this way, you get a good juxtaposition between the two, but early on in development, they're like, yeah, we're really trying to make this scientifically accurate, and before we're even on Mars, it's just like, derp, I did this because it looks pretty, and I didn't bother to check if this is actually how it looks or not. Well, whatever. So we can get prefabricated buildings, which are pretty useful. I'm just starting out with a drone hub. We have a lot of money, so we can always get more stuff. We're starting out with a rover, an explorer, a transport. We're starting out with some drones. Yeah, that looks fine. I'm gonna want more electronics, machine parts, polymers. I'm probably gonna want more drones later on, but let's just go up to 10 drones. Actually, can I just fill up on drones? Yeah, fuck it. Let's get 15 drones. Let's just get all the drones. Now, let's select the landing spot. There's a few pre-generated landing spots, and you can pick anywhere on the surface of the planet to land. These longitude-latitude coordinates are not actually correct. Like, take for instance Olympus Mons, Mount Olympus, which is where I'm going to be playing because it's the highest elevation point. I think 1733 or 1734 are the highest elevation points on the map, and I really like it. It's broken up and it's pretty fun, but there's also, like, Elysium Beta, I think is the easiest spot on Mars to play in. You have to deal with meteors, but like no dust devils, no dust storms, no cold waves. You have a lot of all the resources. It's relatively flat. It's not that cold, it's low altitude, but there's some pre-generated spots. But then, like, if you want to find a specific spot, or like land where Curiosity landed, or land where, whatever. What is this? What the fuck? I want to land here? Is that on Phobos, maybe? Okay, yeah, that's a glitch. I've never seen that before. Yeah, I'm tempted to play in the Mariner Valley here, Valles Marineris, but I think I'm just gonna go with, oh my god, where'd you go? Land in the core? If only it were possible. I'm gonna go with Olympus Mons. This is the highest point on Mars, the highest mountain in the solar system, I think. Yeah, let's start out here. And I played on this map plenty of times off stream. And one thing you'll notice is that resources, let's cut this, that looks gross.
Welcome to Mars.
Resources are semi-random, but they're consistently in the same place. So I already know where all the resources are on this map because I played it enough times off stream, but don't worry about it. So welcome to Mars, Commander. Mission Control, log number 1. Welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket landing. This is not my favorite radio station. Okay. Touching down and unloading its precious cargo are remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet. The drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. Yeah. So I'm gonna pause real quick. Getting off of that radio station. There we go. Think basement apartment life has affected your choice in landing spot? Not really. I just think it's cool to land in the highest spot possible, because this would be a terrible place to make a colony. We have 4 probes, and I could have bought more probes. Probes let you scan certain areas to see what's there. Now, unless I'm very wrong, there should be metal here. No. Yeah, there's metal here. There's metal and concrete here. This is here. There's another metal deposit in here, I think. There's a couple of rare metals right here. I have this entire damn thing memorized because I just got done playing a map. There's a bunch of water in here, which is pretty interesting. You can't directly pipe to it, but there's ways to get around that. Yeah, let's just do a happy little grid here. Now, your landing spot, this hex we're seeing around the ship, is going to be the zone of control for the drones that it has. Now, I want our drones to be able to go from this metal deposit because I want to build our first dome up by this because metal is quite important to get. But I also want this water deposit because I want to be extracting water from there. So this is about right. I'm going to offset this a little bit because we're going to put in a drone hub that's going to do the exact same thing this is doing. Yeah. Let's just have that land. Now, it's telling us we need to select a sector to land or scan. You can have up to 5 sectors queued at a time to scan. The further away they are from certain buildings, the longer they take to scan. There's a lot down here that's very good. There's some okay stuff up here. There's some okay stuff down here, but for most of this game, we're just going to be up here on this highest plateau. Now, the reason I picked this map initially was higher elevation makes wind turbines work better. And I'm like, hell yeah, look at that elevation boost, 86%. It's not actually dependent on the actual height of the map. Unfortunately, it's just the relative height of the map. So being 21,000 kilometers up, no, 21 kilometers up, 21,000 meters up doesn't actually make this better. I'm not going to lay down any structures. We're always scanning stuff. Let's take a look at research. Now, like I was talking about, each of the research trees is broken up into 5 blocks of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Oh, 5 of 4? Maybe it's 4 or 5 then. I don't remember. you start out with a basic amount of research here, but playing as a faction we are, we start out with a lot of money, and you can outsource research to get tech researched from Earth. So I'm just gonna do that. And rather than building these terrible early game colonies, I'm gonna beeline for tech I'm actually interested in. Now, as soon as Sol 6 rolls around, all that tech is gonna be gone. That's okay. So here we go. I'm gonna play this game primarily on speed 3, the fastest speed, or paused. Because it's either go as fast as you can or don't go at all. Now that we've landed, first thing I'm gonna do is pop down our drone hub. Like I was saying before, I want our drone hub to encompass a space, this space. Yeah, because you're seeing there in the north it has that metal deposit, there in the east it has that water deposit, and it overlaps over here, so I can get at this later on. So because this is a prefabricated structure, our drones are just gonna run over. Oh, they're going to clear the spot first, and then they're going to build this very quickly. Yeah. And we already have finished research. Oh, alright, more money. That'll be nice. You can have up to 5 techs queued at a time, but I'm not doing that because I want to get our explorer here to start researching, to check out this anomaly. This anomaly will help us discover new technologies. New technologies will unlock more things in this tree so that we don't have to research one thing and then the next thing. It'll give us some choice. And because I just spent $10,000 on research, build me a house, little drones. It'll be a while, but we'll get to house building. Now we have drones on the planet. We need to set up stockpiles for them to move stuff into. We have things like this, metal deposits, that have metals in them. Sometimes they'll have polymers and stuff like that, but we need a place for the drones to put the metals that they're finding. So I'm going to put down a deposit for all sorts of different stuff. Rare metals, polymers, electronics, machine parts, and fuel. Now, we brought a small amount of polymers, electronics, and machine parts with us, so the drones will start moving those from the rocket into these zones. But then they'll start raking apart these deposits and bringing them over here as well. So I'm going to unpause, let them do that. And they're going to take a hot minute doing that. Now one thing we need to be aware of is that our rovers have batteries. These batteries will slowly run down on their own, but when your rover is actively engaged with something like the Explorer is scanning here, it'll decrease faster. So we need to find a way to charge our stuff. Now, the game by default starts you out with Stirling generators. Stirling generators are great inside. Outside, dust can get into them, they require upkeep too often, not my favorite. But large solar panels, on the other hand, they cost metal to make, and they cost metal to maintain. Metal is something we can find on Mars, and we've been already finding 40 of it. We're going to keep finding on Mars. So this is something we can make and sustain ourselves. We won't need to import machine parts like we do for wind turbines. We won't need to import Stirling generators. We can just do this all on our own. So that's attractive. I'm going to plop down 3 of these. Now I don't need 3 to start out with, but I'm going to need it eventually, so might as well. Gonna run a power cable down here. I said run a power cable down here. And I'm going to plop down a power accumulator. Now power accumulator says it costs 1 polymer to maintain, and it costs 2 polymers to build. It also costs 3 concrete. We don't have any concrete, but that's an easy problem to fix. Concrete can be made from deposits like this. Concrete deposits have good possibilities for extracting concrete. Well, producing concrete out of the native material. Now, let's find a half-decent spot. I'm looking at this number right here. Right now it says uneven terrain, trying to find a good spot. This would probably be the best place to start, but this will go very quickly. 413 is what I'm seeing over here, but I'm seeing 430, 436. Now, available resources. How many resources? 439. How many resources this will drill out before it completely runs out? I think 439 is the best we're going to get. Once it runs out, unless I have special technology, the building will cease functioning, and will need to be replaced. But that's okay. Ugh, low fungi. Yeah, low G fungi are terrible. I don't want to make those. I don't want that. I don't want that. So we need to finish this quickly. Maybe I should have checked out these anomalies.
Analyzed.
So
Milestone achieved.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
I love that it's voice acted. I hate... Let me just knock over everything on the desk real quick. It's fine. I hate that they only voice act 2 sentences out of every paragraph they made. Maybe they did this early on in development, and I don't know, whatever. Even the tiniest, simply looking rock, can contain the answers to mysteries which perplex the human mind for generations. Sometimes it takes just a simple discovery to assure us of the vastness of the universe, an encouragement to make us look beyond the boundaries of our existence and into the future. So we've unlocked 2 new techs, advanced Martian engines and systematic training. Neither of those are great. We got advanced Martian engines, rockets and shuttles require less fuel, which is okay. And systematic training, which gives scientists and botanists better performance, which is okay, but I'm not crazy about it. So our explorer can go down here to discover new technologies. Yeah. Now this will get us a breakthrough. Breakthroughs are special technologies that are... You can never get all breakthroughs at once, but I'm more interested in getting us good tech. More applicants is quite good. Both of these are pretty good in their own right, but I'd really like something special. Now, we have 2 other rovers. We have the RC rover, which commands drones. It's basically a mobile drone hub. And we have a transport. These will come in handy later on. Not yet, but they will be useful. Why has this not been built? Oh, thank you. And then this needs a couple more metal. Yeah, you're on it. Now, eventually, we're going to run out of the metal we found in this first starting area, and we're going to have to start moving one of our drones around to get more. Ah, okay. Apartments are very nice. We're going to need decommission protocol to tear down buildings. Apartments let more people live in them, so they're better than the default residences that you start with. So, good start.
Anomaly analyzed.
There we go.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than
so we
meets
get
the
productivity training and water reclamation. I don't like either of those at all. Water reclamation gives us this spire that reduces water consumption in the dome, but like I was talking about earlier, why do that when you can just get an archaeology, which is somewhere in this tree? Nope. So I'm gonna focus on biotech until I find farms, and then I'm probably gonna stop. Engineering, I'm gonna focus on until I get better domes, because we start out with a dinky little basic dome, and we could build this. Not right now, we don't have all the resources, but we're supposed to start out with a basic dome. However, if you research higher tech domes, you can just skip over the basic domes and jump right into medium or even giant domes, which is what I'm hoping to do. How's your battery doing? You're doing fine. There's a lot of drones sitting around. Yeah, let's find something for the explorer to do. Now there's metal sitting around here somewhere. Here and here. Now I'm gonna have our rover run over here. Now I'm gonna set up a metal depot. So the drones from this rover will hop out, pull the metals from these deposits, put it in this depot. Once it's in the depot, I can use the transport to cart over the metal from here to here. Now later on, I won't have to manually do that. Later on, we're going to have flying drones that will accomplish this for us. But for now, gotta do things a bit more manually.
Breakthrough
oh my
discovered.
god, I lied. I'm like, the first thing I'm going to do is change the color of this. So we got Martian diet. All colonists consume 25% less food. This is okay. It's good. Nothing bad about this. I'll research it later, but it's not immediately important, so I'm not going to do it yet. it's really easy to produce enough food for your colonists unless you have a absolutely massive population, so I'm not feeling an imminent need to research that. Oh my god, waste rock. Thank you, game. So, I should have been building dumping sites. Dumping sites is where waste rock is put. Waste rock is rock that is found by mining that isn't the kind of rock you want. It will accumulate next to all extractors in the game, and is something you have to manage. Now, it basically just starts out as something that eats up space and you have to busy your drones with, and it's just bad across the board, but in time you'll get a technology that allows you to make more concrete out of it, which is quite good. This is a good tech. Moisture evaporators, we can't build, not for a while, but we might import them at some point. Getting them to produce more water, oh, we're almost certainly going to import them at some point. Getting them to produce more water is fantastic. So let's get this transport. Click on create transportation route, grab the metal from here, and put the metal here. So they'll run off and do that all on their own. I'll have to come and delete this little drop later on, but that's it. Just keep moving this around, finding more depots. Sensor towers I'm not going to build yet. There's a tech I want before I build one. Maybe I should. Passenger rockets carry more colonists. Nah, I'm going to have to research one of these, huh? Let's do low-G hydrosynthesis. Getting a lot of tech I'm not very excited about. That's okay. We're not at all in bad shape. Grab you. Get this metal. Take it back over. Now, I don't have right here scanned, but I know that, like, right here and right here are a couple more metals deposits, so I'm not gonna cart this back to base quite yet. Well, I guess I could. It won't matter. So maybe I will. Now, the game is encouraging me to build a sensor tower. It consumes energy, but the upkeep is only 1 metal, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Sensor towers let us scan nearby areas faster, and they also, later on in the game, can provide some other benefits. Okay, soil adaptation is what I wanted. This is a large in-dome building, which is more work efficient than hydroponics bays, and it requires no power, which is pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. So this is gonna get us farms. I guess I'm gonna research compact passenger modules that will get more colonists. Not a bad thing. Now we're halfway through our boosted research.
Sector scanned.
Once we hit day 6 or Sol 6, all this is going away. All of this 8,000 research a day is gonna go away. Now I'm probably gonna research more because I have needs, or gonna buy more because I need it, but it will end eventually. You can't just keep boosting forever. Oh, found some more of this, so let's move this little guy over here, get a little deposit going. This is basically a small, busy mechanic for you to do. Alright, let's switch to official Mars channel. I do love that there are different radio stations. They're all pretty okay. You get kind of modern NPR-ish radio station. This is Free Earth channel, which is kind of modern-ish music, kind of nostalgic sounding. Red Frontier is, well, it's not sounding like it now. It's a Western station. Quantum Sonics is basically this. Surviving Mars is, yeah. So we're gonna go do this. One of the charms of the old Tropico games was the radio stations, or were the radio stations, I should say, and the announcers that featured on those stations. They always had pretty funny remarks to make about, like, the decisions you were making for Tropico as El Presidente, the ongoing elections or stuff like that. Yeah, Quantum Sonics is fine, but it's just like looping that. And I miss...
No active research.
That's something this game could really benefit from. Okay, this is really good tech. In-dome buildings require maintenance less often. These are really, really good. This unlocks... Wow, okay, utility crops is really good as well. This gets us quinoa, which won't be immediately useful, but it will be useful eventually. Soybeans and quinoa are all you, as far as I'm concerned, all you ever really need in this game. Not the most exciting diet, I'll grant you, but, well, it works.
Sector scan.
One thing this game is lacking in a little bit, and I'm not saying this from a disdainful place, is personality and character with relationship with respect to the actual people. Like, I have colonists, or I will have colonists, but they'll have names and traits, but I really won't get much from them. They won't join factions like in Tropico, they won't vote in elections like in Tropico, you won't have special characters like in Tropico, you just kind of have colonists. And I hope that that's going to be expanded upon, because it's really kind of sad. Because that's so much of the humor of Tropico is what made it really endearing. There's not a lot going on right now. We're extracting concrete, we're saving up concrete to get some buildings. Tropico is a city builder on the fictional Caribbean island of Tropico. It takes place in the mid to late 20th century, and you play as this Banana Republic dictatorship, you know, fixing elections, fighting communists or becoming communists, playing the United States and Soviet Union against each other, and running your little Caribbean dictatorship. And slowly but surely turning it into a prosperous utopia. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a series of games, and this is made by the same developers, and it has a lot of humor baked into it, and a lot of ridiculousness, which is completely lost on Surviving Mars. It's tonally very different. It's not bad. It's just an odd departure. Alright, we have more metal than we need for quite some time now. Alright, we are still getting this extra research, though not for very long. Oh, the Martian days consist of nearly 25 Earth hours. Oh, well, there you go. I wish that there were a speed 4 in the Paradox style. This plays at normal speed, times 3 speed, times 5 speed. I wish there was a play as fast as my processor can handle speed, because even the fastest speed on here is a little too slow for my taste. I like zooming through the game and only pausing when I absolutely need to. So we're done with utility crops. I think I'm done with this tree now. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna focus mostly on engineering and maybe in these other trees if something interesting pops up, but I'd really, really like to get the biggest domes possible before building a dome.
Sector scan.
Sector scan, nothing in it. Yeah, a lot of these are just going to be empty. We're going to be very bereft of resources for quite some time. We have metal here, we have rare metals here and here, we have rare metals here and here. We're in a great position to make electronics or export these rare metals for more money. There's a fuck ton of water in here and deep water in here. Deep water is just water that's harder to extract. There's a ton of it in here, so if you manage to expand into here, you're fine. But it's kind of a slow start. Now, what's often done,
research.
and what I've done, is building more than one concrete extractor at a time, and I may yet do that, because we're not getting very much concrete. Okay, I'll want this eventually, so I'm gonna research it. I don't really love it now, but How's our power doing? Fine. So overnight we are losing power, but that's totally to be expected, as there's no sun for our solar panels to work off of. That was one of the attractions to switching over to wind turbines when I first started playing the game, was they work all the time. Cargo rocket can deliver additional I don't need additional supplies, I just need time to get more concrete. Yeah, alright, let's hurry this along. For expediency's sake, let's pop down a second boy here. 270. 285. Yeah, let's just do it immediately adjacent to this. Throw down some power cables to connect this. And let's slap down a fourth solar panel. Now, this many solar panels is unnecessary. We don't need this many.
Sector scan.
We're doing it anyway, because we'll want it eventually. Cool, we finally found another anomaly. Now, this is just going to get us more technologies. This is actually exactly what I want. I'd be delighted if what I wanted was like right here or right here. But I'll keep going down the street until I get what I want. There we go. Getting twice as much concrete now, which we're gonna need because the largest domes require an absurd amount of concrete and polymers. Metal, concrete, we can get from Mars. Polymers we can produce on Mars once we have people here, but as we don't yet have people, we have to import them, and they are fairly expensive to import. Not exceptionally so, but, well, you're supposed to start out with smaller domes, build polymers for later domes, because see, the maintenance for this is concrete. The maintenance starts to be polymers. But it'll be fine. The hard part about producing polymers at this location is to produce polymers, you need water and fuel. Fuel takes more water, so polymers are basically made out of water, and electricity. And we have two terrible deposits of water here. Both are of a very low grade, meaning they'll be very slow to extract, but there's a lot of water here. There's a ton of water in here, but that's going to be kind of annoying to get to. So it's going to be something we have to contend with. Fuck yeah! Okay, there's an arcology. I love that. So we're going to research this. That'll make this pop open. We're going to research this. That'll make this pop open. And I'm hoping right behind arcology is that giant dome I've been wanting. By God, we will get it. Yeah, I'd really like to go and research some of the text down here, buff this tree out as well. So now our outsourcing is pretty much
your first radio host choice with
out.
the best radio voice.
So let's
Research
wait until Sol
complete.
6 actually hits. There we go. Auto saving. I'm gonna pause right here. There we go. Oh, sweet. Yep, there it is. That's the megadome that I wanted. So we're down to producing only 2.4k tech a day. So this is going to take over 3 days, and this is going to take over 5 days to do. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to spend half of our remaining funds, spend down to 10,000, so that we are producing 12,000 tech per day. So this will finish in less than a day, this will finish in less than a day. And then, unless I see some miraculous new text pop up, I'm basically just going to research from the bottom up to try to get us as many useful texts as possible. Yeah. Let's grab this. I don't want that. So yeah. There we go, off to a good start. Now, to build the megadome, now we can't do it yet because we haven't finished the tech, but we can see here in the tree that this is going to cost us 300 concrete, 200 metals, and 100 polymers. The polymers are all going to have to be imported, and it's going to be fairly expensive. It's going to be very expensive, but the concrete we're getting here, and the metal we almost already have. Now we don't have it, but we can fairly easily get it. Just by continuing to scan and import the metal to here. Metal is also something I can import from Earth. I have no desire to do so, but I can do it. With the amount of money you start out with as the International Mars mission, you can import all the metal and concrete you need early on, but it's kind of stupid too. By that I mean completely stupid and unnecessary too. This is gonna get us almost to 200 metal, but not quite there. If you're playing with any other sponsor, it is way smarter just to build a basic dome first. Even with this sponsor, it's probably smarter to build a basic dome first. But that's okay. So we got some more metal deposits up here. Blood, yes. Plop that down over there. Yeah. So our ecology is done. That unlocked. Oof. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I lied. I want resilient architecture. Out of dome buildings now require less maintenance less often. This is really good and it saves us a ton of resources in the long run. Basically, every so often, because of dust accumulation, weathering, and just use, buildings will require maintenance. Maintenance will cost a different resource depending on the type of building. See, these concrete extractors require machine parts, which we have to import or make. These solar panels only require metal, so they're not so bad. Our drone hub doesn't require anything. The sensor tower is only metal. Then the power accumulator is polymer, which is not great, but it's not that bad. Knocking that down at all makes it easier to accumulate resources on our own and not have to rely on... This malfunctioned? How did this malfunction? It was hit by this dust devil. Ah, well, this kind of puts a damper on things. I'm gonna have to get a second rover to repair this rover. God damn it. Alright. So we can take a look at ordering new rockets. So I want a cargo rocket, and I want a rover. Because this has drones, which can repair the other rover. I should probably order more stuff than just the one thing. So let's get a polymer factory, an electronics factory, a machine parts factory, and a Sterling generator? I don't know. Let's start with polymers. I need at least 100 of these, right? There's 100. Now, I'm gonna get more like 130, because, trust me, we're gonna need it. Now, I'm getting prefabs. No, the prefabs can wait, and the Sterling generators can wait. It's gonna take a long time to build the building. We have enough funding to get more, and we also can research tech to get us more funding. So that is going to be on its way. The fixing this rover. I should have been more cognizant of the fact that there was a dust devil going through there. That's okay. This is going to have a fuck ton of polymers for us, which is great. Once this is done, I'll pop it down and we can start thinking about construction. I think where I want to build it is going to be about right here, because this is going to have access to these metals, these rare metals. Now, it's going to be kind of awkward because the range of this drone hub does not quite extend there, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Yeah, I don't care about passenger rockets. That's okay. We can let that go. Subsurface heating, I don't want or need. Which is very awkward because I want more from the physics tree, so I'm going to do subsurface heating, even though I don't intend to build that building at all. Now the Megadome, like I was saying, I want like right here, here. God damn it. The Megadome apparently doesn't want to fit in here very well. I could put it here. Well, maybe that's a no on building the Megadome over here. Game disagrees with my desire. Okay, that's fine. Then we can have it more centrally located here, and we'll just have a lot of production facilities. And we could put it down here, so that it could take advantage of these two rare mineral deposits, but really getting metals right off the bat is probably more important. So let's pop this right here. It's gonna be right on top of that water, right on top of that metal. This will be fine. This is a big ass dome, so we're gonna have to do a medium or small dome to fit in here. Yeah, medium dome would fit in well here. Basic dome, especially because of just be getting these resources, I'll probably just resort to a basic dome over here to get these, which is fine. Gravity engineering is done. We're working on... Now we're down to 10k per day because that one research wore off. Yeah, this will be very nice. This won't be, but I need it to get better tech down this tree. Now we still don't have half as much concrete as we need. We don't quite have the right amount of metals, and we certainly don't have enough polymers. This is bringing more than enough polymers. It'll bring the rover so we can fix our other rover, get more metals, and concrete is being produced. So it's just a patience game. I could go up to 3 concrete extractors. I may, but that seems overkill to me, because it is overkill. Now, I did not bring more drones, which is something I may want to do in the future, as we have a decent amount of drones, but they can only do so much work at a time. To build a building, as we're seeing here, the drones first start out by just stacking all the cubes you'll possibly need.
I'm of Mars official radio. Even though I like it on Mars, I find myself missing things I never thought I would. I've basically been a vegetarian since my first semester in college. Still, I recently had a craving for a doner kebab.
Active research.
I don't know why. The same thing happened when I thought of Turkish Delight, the most revolting candy ever created. Have you experienced similar cravings? If you have, tell us. Let's listen to another song and think about it.
Okay, so we can get waste rock liquefaction right now, which gets us basically infinite concrete. The waste rock can be turned into concrete, and we won't have to build a million of these stupid dumping sites. Turkish Delights are good. I think I like Turkish Delights as well. But it's very expensive. Instead, I think I'm just going to take the tech boost by researching lower techs here and just trying to get better balanced technology, because our understanding of robotics and physics right now are abhorrent, and we don't need a new source of concrete yet. It'd be nice, but we don't need it. So let's get drone number 2. Go fix drone number 1. Double rover is definitely not my favorite thing in the world. But, you know, it is what it is. We could rename these.
No active research.
No active research. God damn it. Damn your really fast research. Pause it, pause it, pause it. I think it auto-pauses when you enter the tech menu, but who knows? This gives us research for all of the RC Explorer vehicles we have. More tech is great. More applicants will be nice. This would be nice. This would be nice. This would be okay, but we don't even have people boots on the ground yet, so let's back off of that. Probes being cheaper and being able to deep scan. I will want this. Not yet. Let's get extractors. Extractors, like our concrete extractors, will cost more power to run, but they'll also produce stuff faster, which is a fair trade-off, especially for how impatient I'm feeling. We should, in the interest of keeping up with that, plop down. That's a terrible place to put that. Yeah, that's a terrible place to put that because I can't get a power cable to it. And also I don't want to be doing that because I already need more metal. Oh, now I have an unnecessary amount of drones working on this, but at least we can strip down any metal deposits in extra time. This lets us build drone hubs, which is kind of nice. Not really what I want, though. Not the tech I'm hoping to run into. So I'm going to go for a cheaper tech that I don't actually want instead, just to get more revealed in the tech tree. Alright, there's that. We've got 35 from this. It's not great. That's not going to put us over the 200 limit. Or the 200 mark, but it'll get us closer. Let's send both of these back to recharge, and you don't really want both of these in the exact same place at the exact same time, but... Now, Rocket Boy should be leaving. Actually, that's a decent name. Rocket Boy number 2. Rocket Boy number 1. Very creative. I like it. This is what I was wanting. Autonomous sensors. Sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance. I will build a shit ton more of them if I have this. I'm already researching something from social? No, I'm not. But these two trees have less revealed, so I'm just going to focus on them until they have the same amount revealed. I kind of just want a more even balance, because I went real hard on engineering to get to where we wanted to get. Building's not working? This may not have been working because of power problems. I don't know. It's fine. After we get this up, we're gonna have to build water extractors to get us water. We're gonna have to build oxygen generators to get us oxygen. We're gonna have to build oxygen tanks and water towers in case of failures, so we'll have backups. We're gonna have to be pretty prepared for this. We don't need to fill in every single building in here all at once, and I'm not going to. Just gonna take it one step at a time. Now, RC Rover no longer needs recharging and starts with 4 additional drones. The command limit for them is increased by 12. Or we can build new drone hubs. I think we do this because I'm not planning on building new drone hubs anytime soon. And hopefully we won't need to. He was Rocket Boy. He said, "See you later, boy." Yeah. She said, "See you later, boy." Excellent references. Now, once the dome is up, we can look into building apartments and stuff like that, but I think, honestly, I'm just going to go straight for the archaeology. Which is going to be expensive, but I'm just getting the expensive shit out of the way early on. Stirling generators are great. We're going to want more of these, so I'm very happy to see this now. 3D machining, very important. What do I want from here? Probably the cheapest tech. Systematic training. Our scientists and botanists work better. Not amazing, but helpful. Very helpful. Yeah, we're almost out of metal. We need 5 more metal? 4 more metal? 3 more metal? We're like 1 metal short, aren't we? 2 metal short. Ah, awkward. We have enough polymers. We're 70-something concrete short. We'll get the metal. Don't worry about it. Is the story that there are multiple colonizing ships colonizing various spots on Mars? No, it's just the one mission. This is the entirety of the Mars mission. I don't want atomic accumulators, so I guess I'm gonna go with adapted probes to get deep probes, but I'm not... yeah, whatever. Yeah, the radio segment is pretty weird if we're the only settlement, right? It could be a radio station based in orbit, or back on Earth, and just takes minutes to delay to get here. There's possibilities. What does it take to build one of these? Ah, metal I don't have. Yeah, okay, we finished 3D machining, which is cool. Drone battery increased by 50%. Yeah, let's go with drone hubs, though. Because we're running...
Resources are low.
Yeah, no kidding. I know we're out of metals. Thank you, Gabe. Oh, we're about at the hour mark now. So I'm going to put in a cut here. We've had a semi-productive first hour. We are almost to the point where I can make our Megadome. Once this is up, we're going to have to set up some other systems to get it really running, but for now, if you're watching on YouTube, this is going to be it for today. Thanks for watching the Alexandrian Codex. Until tomorrow, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all that silliness. But until then, toodaloo, take care, bye!